When people think about what to wear as an assistant, the conversation usually stays surface level. It's often about looking professional, put together, and what is not being talked about is what your appearance is actually communicating before you even say anything at all. So there's this idea that dressing well is just about looking polished. But in this role, it's a little more strategic than that because when you are presenting yourself, you're just not reflecting you. You are reflecting the environment you're in and the level you operate. So this is where things become more intentional.
In most professional environments, people are constantly reading signals, not just what you say, but how you show up. So your appearance can communicate things like awareness, attention to detail, alignment in the room, or confidence without needing to say anything. And these signals happen quickly, often within seconds. And the goal isn't to stand out for the sake of attention, it's to feel aligned with the level of space you're in.
And this is where people sometimes get it slightly off.
Sometimes people can lean too far in one direction. Too casual, it can come off across as a lack of awareness. Too formal, it can feel disconnected from the environment. And neither one is necessarily wrong, but both can create a subtle disconnect. So the question becomes, how do you actually approach this in a way that feels natural but intentional? First, observe the environment. What does the leadership look like in that space? What's the overall tone? Second, aim for alignment, not attention. You don't need to be the most dressed up person in the room, but you should feel like you belong there in it. Third, consistency matters. How you show up day to day builds a perception over time. And over time, your presence starts to speak for you.
And once you understand how important alignment and presentation is, the next question naturally becomes, how do I actually build a wardrobe that reflects me without overcomplicating it or overspending? And what I've learned is it's less about where you shop and it's more about how intentional you are with what you choose. But if you're looking for good places to start, there are a few that strike a good balance between style, structure, and affordability. And you have brands like Mango, which are great for elevated brands and basics like blazers, trousers, and pieces that really feel polished but still modern. And then you have brands like Cherry Luxe Label, which is my personal favorite, that give you more of that sleek, put together look. Pieces that can transform from day to night. So if you are a person that tends to do like happy hour or you have errands to run constantly and you don't know where you're gonna be by the end of your workday, I would suggest looking at Cherry Luxe Label. They are like chef's kiss and the quality is amazing. Of course, you have brands like Pretty Little Thing and Fashion Nova, which are really good and they are not always seen as, I would say, traditional workwear. I think we can all contest to that. If you are intentional, you can definitely find really solid staples, especially if you're trying to be more cost savvy. They are great for like your basic tees, just basic wear. They are like chef's kits for that. And honestly, you also don't want to look over your local boutique shops. Again, one of my personal favorites. There's something about finding something unique and well-fitted piece that not everyone is wearing, and that adds a different level of presence, and it can be a great conversation starter. Because at the end of the day, it's not about the brand, it's about how the piece fits, how it's styled, how it's layered, and how it aligns with the environment you're in. So whether you're investing in staple pieces or finding more affordable options, the goal is the same: to show up in a way that feels intentional, effortless, and aligned. So maybe what you wear isn't just about style. Maybe it's about signaling awareness, intention, and understanding the room you're in. So now I'm curious, when you think about how you show up, are you dressing more for comfort or alignment? Now, speaking of alignment, I would like for you to align with that like, subscribe, or share button. That way we can still grow as a community. Your engagement is truly appreciated, okay? So thanks for hanging out, and until next time.